This lecture is about flight plan. When a pilot is getting ready to depart for a particular destination, before departure, he or she will plan his flight just like any traveler who plans about his journey. Pilot has to consider flight duration, fuel, maximum takeoff weight, weather conditions, etc. before departure. Like every journey is different, and so are its requirements. The purpose of a flight plan is to inform units which will enable them to supervise the flight within the scope of air traffic control as well as flight information service and alerting service. Let's discuss some important terms. Flight plan. We can define flight plan as a document which provides specified information to air traffic service units relative to an intended flight or portion of a flight of an aircraft. Filed flight plan, as name suggests, the flight plan which has been filed with an ATS unit by the pilot or a designated representative, and there will not be any subsequent changes. Current flight plan. Once the flight is commenced as per filled flight plan and later the flight plan encounters any changes followed by subsequent clearances is known as current flight plan. Repetitive flight plan. If a flight plan is recurring in nature, we need not to file new flight plan every time. In such case, a regularly operated individual flight with identical basic features, a repetitive flight plan is submitted by an operator for retention and repetitive use by air traffic service units. Flight plan reference can be obtained from both Annex 2 and PANS ATM Doc 4444. Submission of flight plan. Information relative to an intended flight or portion of a flight which is to be provided air traffic service units shall be in the form of flight plan. A flight plan shall be submitted prior to operating any IFR flight operating within an advisory airspace or any flight or portion which has to be provided with air traffic control services. If any flight is operating within or into designated areas or designated routes, a flight plan is mandatory. Flight plan will facilitate the provision of flight information service, alerting service, or search and rescue services. If required by appropriate ATS authority, which will facilitate them for coordination with adjacent air traffic service units or appropriate military units, which will avoid the possible need for interception for the purpose of identification, a flight plan shall be submitted. If any flight is across international borders, flight plan is mandatory. A flight plan shall be submitted to the appropriate air traffic service unit or air ground control radio station at least 60 minutes before departure. This is for the control flight. Or during flight, at least, if already it is in air, it should be submitted at least 10 minutes before the aircraft is estimated to reach the intended point of entry into a control area or entry into advisory area or the point of crossing any airway or advisory route. If repetitive flight plans are submitted, then flight plan is already available with the concerned ATS unit to which it has been addressed. Flight plans can be submitted 120 hours before the estimated off-block time of a flight. If there is a delay of 30 minutes in excess of the estimated off-block time for a controlled flight or a delay of 1 hour for an uncontrolled flight for which we have already submitted a flight plan, the flight plan needs to be amended by sending delay message, or we have to submit a new flight plan and the old flight plan should be cancelled. A flight plan to be submitted during flight should normally be transmitted to the air traffic service unit in charge in which the aircraft is flying, or to the aeronautical telecommunication station serving that air traffic service unit. Where air traffic control unit serving high or medium density airspace, the appropriate air traffic service authority should prescribe conditions or limitations with respect to the submission of flight plans during flight to air traffic control units. There will be congestion on frequencies, so they may limit this and they will appropriately inform. Model flight plan form is provided in Appendix 2 of Doc 4444, which should be provided and should be used by operators and air traffic service units for the purpose of completing flight plans. The flight plan form should be printed and should include an English text in addition to the language of the state concerned. An operator shall, prior to departure, ensure that he possesses all appropriate approval and he satisfies all conditions to those approvals for the flight which is intended to operate on a route or in an area where RNP specifications is prescribed or RVSMA space or RCP required communication or required surveillance specifications are prescribed. So what should be the content of a flight plan? A flight plan shall comprise information regarding aircraft identification, flight rules, type of flight, number and type of aircraft, and wake turbulence category, equipment, departure aerodrome, estimated off-block time, cruising speed, cruising level, route to be followed, destination aerodrome and total estimated elapsed time alternate aerodrome, fuel endurance, total number of persons on board, emergency and survival equipment, and any other information. This we will discuss in detail when we will study the ICAO model flight plan. Completion of a flight plan, it means that flight plan is properly filled with all required elements and all required elements are entered. So whatever the purpose for which we are submitting the flight plan shall contain information on relevant items up to and including alternate aerodrome, field number 16, regarding the whole route or the portion thereof for which the flight plan is submitted. So this is mandatory that we have to fill our flight plan up to item number field number 16, which is of alternate aerodrome. In addition, if appropriate air traffic service authority, if they need additional information, the flight plan shall contain information regarding that information which its authority needs. Acceptance of a flight plan. Once the flight plan is filled, the first air traffic service unit receiving that flight plan or change to the previously filled flight plan will check, it's mandatory, shall check flight plan for compliance with the format and data conventions, check it for completeness and to the extent possible for accuracy, take action to make it acceptable to the air traffic services, and indicate acceptance of flight plan, or if they have made any change, to the originator. Adherence to flight plan. All control flights shall be conducted as per the filled flight plan, except if a request for a change in the flight plan has been made and clearance is obtained from the appropriate ATS unit, or if an emergency situation has occurred, then the pilot in command will initiate immediate actions which will not be according to the current flight plan. But as soon as situations becomes under control, the appropriate ATS unit shall be notified of the action taken and that this action has been taken under emergency authority only. Unless authorized by the appropriate air traffic service authority or directed by the appropriate air traffic control unit, the control flight shall operate along the defined center line of the established ATS route or operate directly between the navigation facility or points defining that route. Deviation shall be notified to the appropriate air traffic service unit as soon as possible. There are times when situation will occur and results in changes to flight plan. They are classified into two: inadvertent changes or intended changes. Inadvertent changes are unintentional changes to a flight plan submitted for an IFR flight or a VFR flight operated as a control flight. Once observed by pilot in command shall report to the appropriate air traffic service unit. Intended changes, pilot in command will request such changes in his or her current flight plan. Actions by pilot in command for inadvertent changes in current flight plan. First, deviation from track. Pilot in command will adjust the heading of the aircraft to regain the track as soon as practicable. Variation in true airspeed. If the average true airspeed varies or expected to vary by plus or minus 5% of the true airspeed, which have been given in the flight plan. So the pilot in command shall notify this to ATS unit. Change in time estimate. If the time estimate for reporting point or flight information region boundary or destination aerodrome is found to be in error in excess of 3 minutes, which was earlier notified to air traffic service unit. So pilot in command has to provide a revised estimate. Change of cruising level in current flight plan. For such intended changes, pilot in command will request for flight plan changes and shall provide information such as aircraft identification, requested new cruising level and cruising speed at this level, revised time estimates at subsequent flight information region boundaries. Change of route and destination remains unchanged in current flight plan. Request for flight plan changes shall include information, aircraft identification, flight rules, description of new route of flight, including related flight plan data, beginning with the position from which requested change of route is to be commenced, revised time estimates, any other pertinent information. So if we are changing route and destination is again going to be changed. In earlier one, destination was same. It happens due to diversion. So request for flight plan changes shall include information such as aircraft identification, flight rules, description of revised route of flight to revised destination aerodrome, including related flight plan data. Now the flight plan data like estimated elapsed time and everything will get changed. So that has to be provided. Beginning with the position from which requested change of route is to be commenced, revised time estimates, alternate aerodromes, and any other pertinent information. There may be instances when weather deterioration below the VMC, visual meteorological conditions, In such cases, the VFR, Visual Flight Rule flights operating under VMC, needs to change the in-flight plan. So VFR flight operated as a control flight shall request an amended clearances, enabling the aircraft to continue in VMC to destination or to an alternate aerodrome or to leave the airspace within which an ATC clearance is required. Suppose if no clearance can be obtained, so he will decide continue to operate in VMC and notify the appropriate ATS unit of the action being taken, either to leave the airspace concerned or to land at the nearest suitable aerodrome. If operated within a control zone, pilot in command can request for authorization to operate as a special VFR flight. So he can also request clearance to operate in accordance with instrument flight rules. Now, change from VFR flight to IFR flight. If he is in air and encounters instrumental meteorological conditions, pilot in command shall communicate necessary changes to air traffic service unit concerned and obtain clearance prior to proceeding instrument flight rules when in controlled airspace. Change from IFR flight to VFR flight. If a flight plan was submitted, pilot in command shall notify the appropriate air traffic service unit that IFR flight is cancelled and communicate thereto to changes to be made to its current flight plan. When an aircraft operating under the instrument flight rule is flown in or encounters IMC, it shall not cancel its IFR flight unless it is anticipated and intended that the flight will be continued for a reasonable period of time in uninterrupted visual meteorological conditions. Change from IFR flight to VFR flight is only acceptable when a message is initiated by a pilot in command containing the specific expression cancelling my IFR flight, together with the changes, if any, to be made to the current flight plan, which is received by an air traffic service unit. ATC shall not make any invitation to change from IFR flight to VFR flight, either directly or by inference. Once requested by pilot in command that cancelling my IFR flight, ATC will acknowledge by IFR flight cancelled at time. When an air traffic service unit is in possession of information that instrumental meteorological conditions are likely to be encountered along the route of flight, a pilot changing from IFR flight to VFR flight should be so advised. An air traffic service unit receiving notification of an aircraft intention to change from IFR to VFR flight shall, as soon as possible, has to inform all other ATS unit to whom the IFR flight plan was addressed. Closing a flight plan. It simply means that flight was conducted as per the flight plan and that flight plan will end or terminate when that particular flight has arrived at destination or landing aerodrome. So, a report of arrival shall be made in person by radio telephony or via data link at the earliest possible moment after landing to the appropriate air traffic service unit at the arrival aerodrome by any flight for which a flight plan has been submitted, covering the entire flight or the remaining portion of a flight to the destination aerodrome. When a flight plan has been submitted only in respect of a portion of a flight, other than the remaining portion of a flight to destination, then flight plan for the portion of a flight covered shall be closed by an appropriate report to the relevant air traffic service unit. There may be some instances where no air traffic service unit will exist at the arrival aerodrome. The arrival report in such cases shall be made as soon as practicable after landing by quickest mean available to the nearest air traffic service unit. When communication facility at the arrival aerodromes are known to be inadequate, so immediately prior to landing the aircraft, shall transmit to the appropriate ATS unit a message comparable to an arrival report that I'm going to make landing at this airport. Please accept as my flight plan, closure of my flight plan. So how arrival, what will be the elements of arrival report? So arrival report comprises of aircraft identification, departure aerodrome, destination aerodrome. This is only in the case of a diversionary landing, arrival aerodrome, and time of arrival. Our next lecture will be on ICAO model flight plan and repetitive flight plans. Till then, take good care of yourself.